The following is a feature presentation of our nation's sports show. Tonight, on a nation's sports show, we recap Week 6 in the National Football League. Also tonight, we bring to you our analysis of Major League Baseball's postseason, including one of the highlights from this past weekend. It took 15 innings to decide a victor in the series between the Seattle Mariners and the Detroit Tigers. Plus, we bring to you our Week 7 prediction battles and so much more. It's showtime.
Good up to the court, talking all that is sport, breaking down the latest news, scores, and more. Welcome to our Nation Sports Show.
Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. It is once again our nation's sports show time. Hope you all are having a good evening. I'm Ezra Vickery, and we got a loaded show for you tonight. We got, of course, our Week 6 review and our Week 7 prediction battle. Definitely excited for that. We definitely got MLB news as we dig deeper into the NLCS and ALCS. We're going to get into that. Plus, we're going to talk a little bit about the previous round, too. We're going to get into a few other things in the world of sports. The NHL, of course, going into its new season. We're going to get into some other news as we find out, of course. And we're going to have our predictions. And later on tonight, of course, unfortunately, Kevin will not be here and neither will Hijacker. So we'll be reading off the predictions for those two gentlemen as we get ready to, as we kick this show going. And I got with us a great crew. But first, the way you can interact with us here, and that is at Owen_sports show on the X. Actually, on X and then Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.com are all at our Nation Sports Show. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, your family. We would like to hear from you guys in the chat. If you got some picks, if you want to join in, please hit us up. One of us will look at the chat and we will get right in with you on your picks or any comments about the sports news for the week. And obviously, real quick, actually, we'll get into some of this other stuff later, but let's get to the crew. And let's get this show rolling. And with me tonight is a man who really needs no introduction, but I'll give him one anyways. The king of the Alabama Crimson Tide, who I believe they had a big win this week. And also the man who always takes command, whether it's in win or defeat. A good man about it, the good man about the sports, Mr. JT Joey Thornton. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having an amazing Tuesday. And I'm currently off camera right now because I am updating the score sheet for Kevin's and Hijacker's scores. And I'm also going to be eating me a little dinner here in just a few minutes. But, yeah, like Ezra said, I hate to admit defeat sometimes, but it's football. You can't help it. Everybody has to lose a game at some point. And fortunately, I'm not one of those fans that say, oh, my team lost because of this, my team lost because of that. I mean, it's a 50-50 game, people. You step out on that field, no matter what the stats say, you have a 50% chance of winning. And unfortunately, we just couldn't get it done last night. But hey, it happens. Pack it up, move on to next week, focus on what's ahead. But until we get to that point, let's get right to it, baby.
Absolutely. And I actually have a little idea right now that before we start our program that we like to throw out, I would like to throw out to the gentlemen here in this room. As many of you know, we're going to have a show just before Halloween. I believe it is on the 28th of this month.
That would be correct, sir.
And it is going to be a great show. Obviously, Halloween week is going to be upon us. We're all going to be busy doing a lot of things. Obviously, trick or treating coming up on the 31st, depending on where you live. Could be 2 hours, 3 hours, who knows? Trunk or treat, whatever case may be. So I figured I got two ideas, and we can roll with one or we can roll with both. Obviously, we got our score predictions take up most of the show, but since we're in the Halloween spirit, how about this? First thing I would love to do is to do your top 5 horror movies of all time. Just to switch it up a little bit and bring a little flavor to the show. Or we can also do this. If you could pick any NBA, any sports athlete to star in a horror film as the lead character, whether it be their size, whether it be the look they have, or whatever the case may be, who would it be and why?
Well, this would actually be an interesting topic, except for one teensy tiny little detail.
What's that?
I don't watch horror movies. They freak me out.
I don't like scary stuff, Dave.
Yeah, horror movies
I wish
are
I had that
not my
sound
thing.
like. You don't like horror films?
I do not. I watched one back in 2017, and I have not watched one since because that movie scarred me for life.
Was it Stephen King's It?
No, it was actually Annabelle.
Oh, you're
Yep,
talking.
that
You're
movie
talking.
was enough.
You're talking to a guy who's seen every Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Saw, Halloween, Conjuring,
I'm
Sleepaway Camp,
sure.
Sleepaway Camp, Tales from the Crypt, fucking a lot of horror shit over the years. And plus doing a show with you guys here is basically a horror film. So there you go.
Oh, screw you.
Okay, well, we'll figure out something for next. We'll figure out something for that time because I would love to do something Halloween related. Maybe we could actually. This is a better idea. Pick your top 5 favorite Halloween candies,
Now that one I can do.
and that's what we'll do. If you guys are game by it, I'm
Yep,
sure Kevin and Hijacker would be.
I'm cool with that.
yep,
I like that.
Yeah, that one I can do.
Then again, it probably won't be chocolate for Hijacker. He lives in the damn sun, so it all melts before he even gets to it. I live in the cold. It gets any colder than 40 degrees. I'm going to be handing out chocolate ice pops. Fuck.
Yeah, and also regarding Kevin's sake, he's gonna go ransacking through his little girl's candy.
I ransacked through my own sister's candy. What the hell are you talking about? 34 fucking years old. With a balding headline and a giant beard looking like freaking Earthquake here. Give me a break.
Well, hey, at least you don't have the prestigious honor of looking like Dave Grohl. Oops, I meant Steven.
You look like John Cena if he was still going through his teen phase.
Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's best that way anyways. I wouldn't be able to see you, but I digress. Moving on, we got a lot of sports to get to, but first, my heavy metal brother from another brother. Speaking of Dave Grohl, he is truly my hero in times like these. He makes me want to learn to fly, but then again, I might have to be rescued if I try. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Big Stevie Wyand.
And I'm not going to be the teacher to show you how to do that. But anyways,
Don't worry, you don't have to be my monkey wrench. It's okay.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Anyways, what is going on, everybody? We are here. We are excited to talk some sports with all you guys out there. And yes, so if you are truly a fan of candy, then put your top 5 favorite candies in the chat in a couple weeks when we do give our top 5 favorite Halloween candies in a couple weeks, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. And looking forward to this week. And coming off my birthday from this past weekend, it was a hell of a time. Went out with some family and some friends, had a great time, and having a great time with you guys here tonight as we recap all of the action from the NFL in Week 6, Major League Baseball's postseason, and whatever the hell else we get into. Let's do this.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And when it comes to that candy conversation, a lot of people are going to be shivering with anticipation. And if you know that line, you know your movies. Let's get into it. Busy week in the world of sports. And let's start off with the NLCS. And of course, that is going on right now. The Cubs were unfortunately eliminated last week, setting up this matchup between the LA Dodgers and the Milwaukee Brewers. So far, I believe it is a 1-game lead, if I'm not mistaken, or is it 2-game? 2-0. I believe it is a 1-game lead, right? That the Dodgers hold against the
Let's
I was gonna say, somebody help me out here. No dead air, please.
see. The old Google machine.
I got it already, Steven.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do. 1-game lead by the Dodgers.
One.
They play
Yep.
tonight at 7:08 my time, 8:08 Eastern.
And
So
the way the Dodgers are playing right now, I don't want to play them right now. Because in game 4 against the Phillies, like it wasn't even close. The Phillies had chances to get into to get back in this, but they couldn't hit the broad side of a barn, in the last round. And anytime they had people in scoring position, they struck out and couldn't make the necessary plays to advance their players. We're talking about a team that has had, World Series, aspirations, to go deep into the postseason. But every time Philly does that, and another team from New York, and we're going to get to them in a little bit, but the Phillies have always been on people's lists of having a potential shot at making a deep postseason run. And they haven't been able to really do that in the last couple of years since their last World Series appearance.
No,
Yeah.
they really have not. And I can understand why everybody may include Philly as one of their teams to always make a deep postseason run. But if you were to ask me, being the so-called baseball genius on this show, yes, Philly does have great regular seasons because they have such great players, as in Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper, for example. But it always seems like no matter how good their regular season is, they always find a way to choke it up in the playoffs, which kind of reminds me of a certain NFL squad. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of who it is. Oh yeah, the Dallas Cowboys. The Philadelphia Phillies are basically the Dallas Cowboys of the Major League Baseball world whenever it comes to the postseason because they can never find a way to make it to the very end or to make a deep postseason run for that matter.
And if there's any team that can lose on their own ballpark, it's the Phillies.
It's the Phillies.
They are so beatable,
Phillies.
so beatable even at home. Anybody has a shot to beat the Phillies on their home diamond.
Yeah, except if you're a team from New York that plays football. You couldn't even win an inter-squad scrimmage. But we'll get to that later. But no, the Dodgers have been looking impressive, and obviously you got Shohei Ohtani out there just lighting it up every time he's up the bat. But to me, of course, me being a bitter Chicago sports fan, I want the Brewers to get swept. I think it's going to be a competitive series, though. I think it is. I think it could go 5 games, maybe 6, if the Brewers are able to fix things, but we'll see what happens.
If I'm a betting man, my money's on the Dodgers. They're the defending World Series champions. and they have such a deep loaded roster. And I think they are probably, if not the most complete team left in the postseason.
As a matter of fact, game 2 between the Dodgers and the Brewers will be tipping off here at just a little after 8 o'clock tonight on TBS, True TV, HBO Max. So check your local listings. So we'll see if the Brewers can actually find a way to equalize the series on their home field before they head to the friendly confines of Dodger Stadium.
Yeah. And then, of course, we got to talk about the ALCS, which that one isn't. Yesterday, we saw the first game, and that wasn't even a contest.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Seattle right now has a 2-0 lead over the Toronto Blue Jays, including winning the other night 10-3.
Yep. And winning the first game in 15 in. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry.
That was the Tiger series,
looking
which
back-
that game was crazy.
I'm looking back too far. But yeah, winning the first game 3-1. So now it's on to their field. Starting now it's on to Seattle, to where they're looking to take a commanding 3-0 series lead on Seattle. So
And you know
we'll
what's
see what
also
they can
crazy?
do on their home field.
And what's also crazy too is like in the last 4 or 5 years, we have seen teams like the Texas Rangers, who was a team that won the World Series against the Astros in 7. And they were long regarded as a team who could make a run and then they would fold under pressure. And a team like the Nationals 6 years ago, who beat coincidentally, the Astros in 7 on the road, a team that didn't make a deep run. And now, fast forward, years later, now Seattle is a team who has been regarded as a team that has had some success, but when it came to the postseason, they would fail. Now they're succeeding. And the Mariners right now are playing with house money. And honestly, between if you gave me a coin to flip and say who has a better shot at making the Dodgers, and the reason why I'm picking the Dodgers right out the gate is because they're so loaded again, I would give Seattle a shot in hell to have a shot to beat the Dodgers because they have that don't quit, don't give up mentality. And the way they're playing right now, they're playing with house money, and I would not want to play them if I'm any other team. It's amazing how baseball is such the kings of parity when it comes to each year because you do not know who is going to make that deep, magical, carpet ride run, in the postseason. Like the postseason in baseball is made for wild card teams or teams that you don't have on your radar, and they'll flip the script and they'll change the course of history.
I mean, you definitely have a point there, Steven. I mean, think back to 2021 when my Atlanta Braves won the World Series, beating Houston in 6 games. I mean, nobody gave the Braves much of a shot to advance to the World Series, much less the NLCS against the Dodgers that year. Everybody was counting us out because we didn't have Ronald Acuna as on our roster, and our pitching staff wasn't quite the best leading up to the postseason. But we had players that really stepped up in their respective series, and most of them were acquired at the trade deadline that year. Eddie Rosario and Jorge Soler to name those 2 players. But yeah, you're right. You never know who's going to make that magical run in the postseason. And just because you have the best record or have one of the best records heading into the postseason doesn't mean you're always going to make a deep run, if at all.
Exactly.
Exactly. Sorry, guys. And then let's see. Right here, we got game 3, which will be, of course, tomorrow night at 8:08 Eastern. So check your local listings for that as well. It'll be on, of course, all the different channels. It'll be on FS1. It'll be on ESPN Radio. So definitely check your listings for that game as well. Also, real quick, if there's any other big. Do you have any big stories in the league right now, Joey?
I haven't seen anything. Let me look on my MLB tab real fast just to make sure.
Yeah.
And talking about real quick,
Let's
speaking
see.
of, and talking about Seattle real quick, that Tigers and Mariners game in Game 5 was just crazy. I mean, it took 15 innings to decide a winner.
Mm,
Well, at least we know in Game 4, pitching for the Blue Jays will be Max Scherzer.
yep. And let's see, the Dodgers are going to be starting Tyler Glasnow in Game 3 against the Brew Crew, and then they'll be starting Shohei Otani in Game 4. Um, but I'm sure ESPN picked up on this whenever I looked up this story a couple weeks ago, and it come to find out it is actually true. I'm not sure if Indy is going to lead from it, but um, the LA Angels had dismissed Ron Washington as their team manager, and apparently they have been in talks with a fellow Major League Baseball legend to be their next manager. And apparently it's the one and only the machine himself, Albert Pujols.
Mm.
Interesting.
So again, I mean, I first saw that story a couple weeks ago, so I don't know if anything's going to come of it, but we'll see.
And if anything comes of it,
Um,
we'll see how successful he is.
yep, absolutely. And I do see something here posted at 12:30 this afternoon. Mike Shield, the former Padres manager, has decided to call it a career. He's retiring as a manager with 2 years remaining on his contract, saying, and I quote, the grind of the baseball season has taken a severe toll on me mentally, physically, and emotionally. So, yeah, with that being said, I can understand why he's wanting to retire because one, it is a very long baseball season where it feels like you're constantly going for several months at a time. So I can understand why he feels like he's getting a little burned out, but I do want to wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors, and I hope he enjoys his retirement.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we all hope for that as well. But real quick, heading into there was some college football news that came down, some big news, and this came from one of the major schools in the world of college football, and that is of course Penn State, and that is that their head coach, I believe his name is Jason Franklin. He was released the day after a big, huge loss that he suffered. Also, for the Nittany Lions, is that they lost their star quarterback for the remainder of the season as well.
Talk about a double whammy. Good grief.
And since James Franklin was fired, there has been several decommissions or decommitments from Penn State players and students. So it's a snowball effect, as you can see, coming down from the very top all the way to the bottom. So far, DeMatha Catholic wide receiver LeVar Keys. He's the first 2026 player to decommit from Penn State. Trinity Episcopal School wide receiver Davion Brown. And Norcross Virginia quarterback Jazeel Hart. All those came after the firing of James Franklin. So, like I said, it's a trickling snowball effect on this one. And let's see. I think that's a Joey. I did mention at the top of the show that your beloved Alabama Crimson Tide got a big win this week. I don't remember the opponent right off the top of my head, but I believe you guys were able to secure a big win this week. All right, we'll go ahead and move on from the college ball. Let's get into the NBA. And there's been a lot of developments. Of course, the new season starting October 21st, which is going to be exciting. Obviously, we're all excited to have basketball back, especially me, especially this Bulls fan and the two and the Golden State Warriors fan right here. So big week coming up. Also tonight, for tonight, Luka Doncic will be making his preseason debut. So there's a little note for you guys who are looking forward to that. Some injury news coming out of the Sacramento Kings. Keegan Murray is going to miss 1 month with the torn thumb ligament that he suffered in a preseason game.
Yeah, the NBA season is approaching very quickly and very rapidly, and super excited for the league to get going again. And especially being a '90s kid, the NBA on NBC is back. And it's going to be so cool to hear Romball Rock for the first time being played in more than 23 years during the broadcast. And very cool to see what happens this year. Obviously, the defending NBA champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder, are going to be raising their very first championship banner for their city. And we'll see how they do this year. Can SGA and J-Dub, can they repeat? Because obviously, as we all know, it is very hard to repeat as champions in sports. End of story.
Yeah, absolutely. Thunder got a lot of expectations to live up to this season. Can they still be the team that won it all, or is there going to be some hangover? We'll have to wait and see. One of the big other things is that the Mavericks have signed Jason Kidd to a multi-year contract extension.
Interesting.
Yep. He has a 179, 149 record over in Dallas over his last several seasons. Oof. Giannis has said that he wants to finish his career in Greece after his time in the NBA is over.
Interesting.
So that begs the question: how long will Giannis stay in the NBA before he decides to pack it up and finish his career over in Greece?
That is an excellent question.
Is he going to sign a long-term deal? Is he going to sign a short-term deal? What are his intentions? Is there going to be a player option? Who knows? You know, we'll. It's a question that I know everybody wants to have answers to, but we'll see what happens.
And not only that, but there's been rumors, going around. Will Giannis be traded? Is he going to go play with a different team in the NBA? I mean, Giannis has not won a championship in 4 years, and that is unfortunately the world that we live in as sports fans. With sports fans, is how their motto is, "What have you done for me lately?" And Giannis, as talented as he is, a lot of people's opinions are saying how talented he is, but there are people, those that say, yeah, he's a great talent, but he doesn't have the championship pedigree by winning multiple championships. Well, my opinion is, I don't care how many championships you win in your career. They can't take it away from you. If you won a championship, that's great. It's better than having no ring or no rings on your finger. And Giannis, to me, should not be defined by how many championships he's won in his career. And Everybody's talking about, oh, he needs to go play with this team, that team, da 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 da. Okay, that's great and all, but you have to have chemistry. You can't you can't get traded in the middle of a season and expect right away to snap your fingers and have instant chemistry with your new teammates. Chemistry takes time, especially if you go to a team early on, because we've seen that happen where like Drew Holiday gets traded from the Trailblazers to the Celtics a couple years ago, and thankfully that trade for the Celtics happened early on in the year because it allowed Holiday to develop chemistry with his teammates for a couple of years, and he won a championship a couple of seasons ago. And Giannis, that is a very interesting question. Is he going to stay with Milwaukee? How long, if he does, how long is he going to stick around? I mean, he's been playing in this league for quite a long time. And if he gets traded to another team, he would probably want to go play with a title contending team. He doesn't want to go play with a team, no offense, like the Charlotte, Hornets, or the Utah Jazz. I mean, he wants to go play, with a team that's going to have a shot at winning a championship if those cards are on the table. But I honestly would not be surprised if Giannis sticks around as a Milwaukee Buck the rest of his career in the NBA. But I honestly think that it'll probably be maybe 2, 3 top 4 years, and then he goes back to Greece.
Yeah, that's where I think that's about. I think you pretty much hit the nail on the head there, Steven. I think you pretty much got it down pat. I think that I give it 4 to 5 year contract, and then we see Giannis go back home and finish his career in Greece. I think he wants to have a long-term career in the NBA. There's absolutely no doubt about that. That's 100% money back, money back guarantee.
Yeah.
But for me, when it comes down to it, it's what makes you happy. What makes you? Because all the money in the world, you can get as much money as you want. You can get $280 million, $300 million, 5-year contract extension. But if your team sucks and you have no chemistry, money's not going to make you happy. Yes, it'll buy you a new car, a new house. It'll get you, maybe if you're not married, it'll get you, women to follow you everywhere you go. But comes down to it. It comes down to wins and losses. It comes down to how good are you? Can you have chemistry with the people around you? And can you win? If you can't do that, A, what are they paying you for? B, you feel like you're wasting your time. And C, it makes you want to think about other options of going other places. And that's what I think Giannis maybe hinting at with the Greece thing. Maybe if he goes over there and plays his last few years, he'll be happier there instead of squandering his last few years as a player, toiling around on another team as a secondary guy. Or having no chemistry with a low-level team. And I'm not saying he couldn't help build that team into a better franchise and couldn't help elevate them. Anywhere on Giannis goes, there's a level of elevation that you get from having a player like him. But it's one player does not make the whole team, as we saw before in many instances.
And I can honestly sense that Giannis, to me, in my opinion, is a little frustrated because ever since those great Bucks teams have come and gone, Chris Middleton gone, the experiment with Damian Lillard did not work out at all. I mean, it was a colossal failure. It was a disaster. And
we haven't gotten to the Jets yet. You can't say failure.
Well,
yeah, that is true.
Well, unfortunately, you're true. This is true. But the head coaching, spot with Doc Rivers when he took over, that was a disaster. And I can honestly sense that Giannis is very frustrated. I think that he wants to go play with the team that is going to win or is going to have a shot at winning. That's why, honestly, I am very surprised he's not been traded yet. Joey, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, Giannis is definitely one of those players that has created a legacy around him. And I do agree with what you said, Steven, in regards to that championship pedigree. I mean, it doesn't matter how many championships you've won, even if you haven't won a single championship. You create your legacy based upon the leadership that you instill in these franchises. Stats do play a factor, but it's not the biggest factor. AKA all you LeBron fans out there who think that stats is what makes him king. Not even close. It's the leadership that you instill in your team that makes a legacy worth creating. And Giannis has definitely been one of those players. But despite this remark saying that he wants to finish his career in Greece, I mean, I don't blame the guy. I mean, I don't blame him because Greece is, of course, where he was born, where he grew up. I'm sure that's where all of his family is. And I'm sure he wants to finish in an area where he grew up playing the game of basketball. But I will say, as far as not being traded yet, I feel like there's a reason why Milwaukee hasn't traded him yet. And I think it's because that now that the Bucks have moved on from Damian Lillard once again, who's now back in Portland, I feel like that Giannis being the true superstar now for the Milwaukee Bucks, I feel like they want to stay at that successful level that they're in right now, and they want to get all the star power that they can right now out of Giannis. Now, do I eventually think the Bucks will move on? Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Lakers, for example, have done said that once LeBron finally decides to hang up the basketball shoes, that it's going to be Luka Doncic's team. So, I mean, I get the fact that Milwaukee hasn't traded him yet because of that star power that he leaves on the court every night that he steps on the floor. But at the same time, Milwaukee needs to start looking ahead because if they start relying too much on Giannis, which they have before, and believe it or not, it's actually cost them on a few occasions. But yeah, the Bucks need to start looking towards the future because if they keep relying on Giannis too much, then it's eventually going to lead to a burnout in which Giannis may decide to forego. Let's just say, for example, this season coming up, if he has 3 years left on his contract, after this season, he'll have two. But again, if the Bucks still keep relying on Giannis for too much, it may eventually lead to a burnout that Giannis or that will get to the point in which Giannis may forego the remaining 2 years on his contract and go back to play for Greece.
And
So again,
that's an excellent point there, Joey, because like not to cut you off, but like when it comes to what if, just to play devil's advocate here, what if the Bucks struggle, for during the first
yep,
20, 25, 30 some odd games, and Giannis is fed up with the organization. He's such a big player that he can call his own shot, call his own number, and do whatever he wants.
yep.
So, quick NHL note, real quick, guys. I want to get to back to the basketball here in just a second. Actually, I got one more basketball news though, and then we can move on to other stuff. But tonight at the Anaheim Ducks game, they had a surprise for everybody for tonight's. I think it's their home opener. That there is something waiting for them in their chairs. No, it's not a T-shirt. It's not a commemorative puck. It's a mask, but it's a Mighty Ducks goalie mask.
Mm.
If you remember
Interesting.
the long billed mask with the red eyes, it's actually pretty awesome. It's the duck style hockey mask with the red eye filters in front, and they have them in all the seats of all the fans who are going to be there.
Very, very, very cool.
So you're going to see a sea of people looking like the Mighty Ducks.
So cool. So cool.
Yeah, it's a cool thing to look at, man. I wish I want one. I want one, motherfuckers.
That's really cool.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see what else real quick here we could get into. As far as MLB wise, oh yeah, the final note I have for you guys in the world of major leagues, and that is that Eric Spoelstra has been named the USA basketball head coach.
Huh.
This was a mutual agreement between the USAB board of directors and national team director Grant Hill.
And Eric Spoelstra is more than qualified to be a coach of the USA. I mean, his championship pedigree is second to none. I mean, he has an incredible background of winning. And I mean, when you're talking about a guy that had to manage the egos of LeBron and Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade, on one team during those years with the Miami Heat, and obviously Jimmy gets buckets Butler. I mean, Eric Spoelstra can handle his fair share of star players. Very cool for him.
Yeah, this is a pretty big deal for Spoelstra. I mean, like you said, championship pedigree, won multiple NBA titles, was a part of several USA basketball teams in the past as assistant coach. According to this is that he will be, as far as where everything's taking place, he will lead the USA men at the 2027 FIBA Men's World Cup in Doha, Qatar, at the Olympic Games Los Angeles in 2028. So, additionally, he will coach at training camps and USA basketball showcase exhibitions prior to both major competitions. So, congratulations to Eric Spoelstra on a big honor there, becoming the new head coach of the USA men's basketball team. And I'm glad you're back, Joey. Did you swallow your dinner whole?
No, I just had to step away for a minute because my wife was home, so I had to see her for a minute.
I'm sorry. Moving on.
That's
It's
that's cool.
yeah. You were gone for a little bit, so I want to get back to college ball because we mentioned about James Franklin obviously losing his job and all this stuff, and then I mentioned about your beloved Alabama Crimson Tide. And I mean, there was no big news about them except this past week they got a big win over number 17 ranked Vanderbilt in what was a huge battle between them two schools because the last time Vandy upset them.
Yeah, don't remind me. I still wake up having sweat sometimes. But we got our sweet, sweet revenge. Not this past week, but the week before. And then this past week, we took down Missouri on their home field,
Yes, you
who
did.
was actually undefeated at that time and playing their sixth. And yes, I said sixth straight home game to start the season. That's unheard of. Six straight home games to start the season, unless you're talking about baseball.
Yeah, definitely. And then I believe you guys are heading back to the Tennessee area. I believe it is this week to take on the Tennessee Volunteers.
Actually, no, Tennessee is coming to our field in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Oh, it's a home game.
Yep. Tennessee is coming to our field.
Gonna be interesting. I like that one. That's gonna be a good game. Number 11 ranked Tennessee, number 6 ranked Alabama. So
Yeah, and believe it or not, that game I just found out just a little bit ago. That game's going to be on Saturday Night Football on ABC.
And
With the
speaking
7:30 p.m. kickoff time.
and speaking of ABC, I got to give all the flowers in the world to not only ABC but Monday Night Raw's own Joe Tessitore. I love. There's a reason why. There's the only reason why I stick to why I watch a lot of college ball now, and that is because of SEC on ABC with Joe Tessitore on lead commentary for that first game, and he
Yeah,
does an
Joe
incredible.
Joe Tessitore really knows his stuff.
Yes, he does.
And that's why WWE picked him to be, the lead play-by-play for Monday Night Raw. So, and SmackDown at certain points, but Monday Night Raw mainly. But obviously, it's great to watch that. But man, we got to get into the NFL. It is 6:46 now. We got our scores to do. There's a lot to cover, so let's get into the major headlines. And obviously, the biggest major headline I would say out of the week was one of the biggest injury headlines, and that was Fred Warner. Fred Warner, if
Yeah.
you guys don't know the 49ers, he is the heart and soul and leader of that team, especially his side of the ball. Unfortunately, he suffered a fractured and dislocated ankle, had to be carted off the field with an air cast. Originally, it was reported that it was just a dislocation and that he would not need surgery and that he would only be out for 4 to 8 weeks. But then it was confirmed after more testing that he actually fractured his ankle as well, will have surgery, and is done for the year. And our boy Kevin said in the chat that this could be a loss that San Francisco does not recover from.
Yeah, because I mean, Fred Warner is the heart and soul of that San Francisco defense. And Kevin put in our chat the other day whenever the injury happened and whenever the diagnosis was confirmed, saying that out of 133 career games that Fred Warner has played in, he has started in 132 of them.
That is
So
a
that
insane statistic.
insane statistic. He's only missed one start in 133 career games. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's just crazy that the Niners lost him. But the thing is about him, he was smiling after the injury. And he was backstage after the 49ers loss to give them guys a pep talk and get their spirits up, telling them basically, don't worry about me. Just go out there, play your best, and win. I'll be back.
And
So
that is a true leader right there.
yeah. He doesn't
And
he doesn't
and the
carry that.
Niners have been hit with this injury bug so
Oh,
badly. Like they cannot catch a break.
I mean, literally, the following players: Brock Purdy, Jawan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, George Kittle, Nick Bosa, now Fred Warner are just a few of the players that have experienced either season ending or lingering injuries that has kept him out for weeks and weeks and weeks at a time. It's unbelievable. And San Francisco is nowhere near their bye week.
they don't get their bye week, I believe, until week 14, right?
I believe it's week 12, actually. Let me just verify that because I got all the bye teams written down.
Oh, good man.
I know the
Nope.
Ravens are on a bye, the Bills are on a
Yep,
bye.
Ezra, you were right. Week 14.
That's what I figured. I wasn't sure, but I thought
Yep,
that's
you were right. Week 14 is
all
their
right.
bye week.
Okay. Let's get into a few other things here, real quick. And obviously, we wish Fred Warner the best. We want him to get back healthy and play this the same man that he was and kick ass on that defense for the Niners. I mean, obviously, if you're a fan of certain teams who aren't 49ers fans, then, I mean, obviously, still wish him the best, but also you don't want them to be that good. But then again, you don't have to be as bad as the Jets or the Titans, but you could be as good as some of the other teams.
Yeah, and
Well,
San
Yeah,
Francisco,
yes,
they have a good team, but they are just riddled with injuries, and they just
Yeah.
their mentality is next man up. And Fred Warner is the locker room leader on that defensive side of the ball when Nick Bosa isn't there. And Fred Warner is a guy that everybody in that locker room should listen to because his words are very valuable and he means everything he says. And even though it sucks that, Warner's going to be out for a long, long time, but San Francisco can recover from this.
yeah, they can.
It's going to take a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
A lot of work and a lot of patience. So we'll see what happens from here on out. What were you going to say, Joey?
I was gonna say, I'm speaking of the Niners. I found out earlier today that the former second round pick from the 49ers, edge rusher or pass rusher Drake Jackson, has found him a new home.
Where is
He is signing with my Washington Commanders.
There you go.
So yeah, that's definitely gonna be a huge boost to our pass rush. So we're looking forward to having him out there soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, you mentioned Ezra about the Tennessee Titans.
Yep.
They have fired the first head coach of the 2025 season.
Yep. Brian Callahan, after a 1-5 start, has been canned.
I'm telling you, it has just been a downhill trod for the Tennessee Titans ever since they traded AJ Brown to the Eagles back in 2022.
Yeah.
It has been nothing but downhill.
And they're supposed
They've
to get
gone through like 3 head coaches, 2 GMs, and their star running back left for greener pastures in Baltimore.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what else here. Oh, Eagles. Za'Darius Smith has retired after 11 seasons, midway through the 11th season, actually.
Yeah, that actually comes as a shocker.
Yeah, it does. He's bounced around the league the last couple of years.
Yep.
I guess he feels like
But I'll say, speaking of the Eagles, let's go ahead and get into our Week 6 highlights. And let me just start by saying, what in the world is going on with those Eagles right now?
They look defeated and lost all at the same time. I mean,
They got blasted by the Giants and Cam Scatterbo on Thursday night. Absolutely blasted.
And Saquon Barkley did not get a single damn carry in that fourth quarter. Like,
No, he did not.
What are you doing? You have the best pound for pound running back on your team. Hand him the ball. I mean, this Eagles defense is very suspect. And what did we say on this show last week, guys? We all unanimously agreed that I would want to play Philadelphia because they're defeatable. And the Giants, who got their second victory this season, beat the Eagles, not just beating them, but outright beat them. I mean, Scottaboo and Jackson Dart did whatever they wanted to do. I mean, Scottaboo at times was breaking multiple tackles and was dragging defenders with him to the end zone. He would not be denied. And
the guy had 3 rushing touchdowns. He beat Philadelphia by himself.
Yeah. And Jalen Hurts is not the same Jalen Hurts that he was 2, 3, 4 years ago. Yes, he has Devontae Smith. Yes, he has A.J. Brown. Yes, he has Dallas Goedert. 3 of the best, receiver, dual threat receiver tight end, combinations. But any other team that had these 3 players on their team would maximize their potential. But
Exactly.
there's just something about this offensive line. They look lost. Jalen Hurts looks lost. I mean, I can't quite put my finger on like what's going on because like Nick Sirianni, I think, could be at fault at times. I mean, it's very interesting what's going on in Philadelphia. Like the NFC East now is winnable for
It's
anybody.
wide. I mean, it's wide open still.
Hmm
It's wide open.
Dallas
And
has a shot, the Commanders have a shot, and the Giants have a shot. I mean,
and I would say with Jalen Hurts' potential, I don't know what's going on with him in the passing game, but we are technically 6 weeks into the season, approaching 7 weeks into the season. And how many total touchdowns do AJ Brown and Devontae Smith have between the two of them?
not
I'll
a
tell you
lot.
the answer: two.
Not a
Two
lot.
total touchdown catches between those two top receivers.
Now, what I do find interesting with the whole AJ Brown situation is he's been very vocal of the lack of success on the field, and I think that Jalen Hurts is forcing the passing game. They're forcing the passing game, and I think at times Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, and Devontae Smith are forgetting that you have Saquon Barkley there in the backfield, not only as a running back, but also Saquon Barkley can be a very dual threat, player and flex out as a wide receiver.
Yeah, absolutely.
And see, and Dallas Goddard has 5 touchdown catches this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
It's crazy.
Let's get into the early Sunday game that put you back to sleep.
Oh dear God.
Oh my goodness.
13-11. If you wanted to find out what that score was.
You want to talk about an odd game? This was an odd game.
We
But
had
I will say that Denver defense, 9 sacks. Yes.
Nine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Count them. Nine
Nine.
sacks on Justin
Nine.
Fields.
Nine.
the problem is a Pop Warner team could fucking sack Justin Fields right now.
Oh, and no, and that's not even the most mind-blowing statistic. -10 net passing yards.
And they still had a shot to win.
And they still had a shot at the win.
That's because that's just the Denver offense was just downright deplorable.
I'm telling you, the next time the Broncos and Jets play, like that meme that I shared in our group chat, it needs to be held at 3:30 a.m. on the Weather Channel.
Mischievous, and deceitful, chicanerous, and deplorable.
I mean, honestly, this Broncos Jets series, at least the last 3 games, has looked surprisingly better, or I would say no, surprisingly worse than that Broncos Colts game from 2 years ago.
Now, I would still think that's even worse. I mean, we're talking about the.
No. This was bad. That game was just hell on earth. By the way, when I watched this game and it ended, I wanted to literally call ESP. I wanted to call the NFL, and NFL Network could say, "I can't believe you've done this."
I mean, that was just torture, But then again, none of those defenses, well, except the Jets, but the Jets defense was on par with the Cowboys defense, but that's beside the point.
No, they were okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
But
not disagreeing.
Denver got a win. A win's a win. It was ugly as all hell, but a win's a win. I mean,
Yeah, I agree. It was when Bo Nix did had some good plays, but it seemed like the offense this week compared to previous weeks was not. They weren't as cohesive this week as they were in previous weeks because they were scoring 20, 30 points a game. This week they couldn't even get more than 13. And I mean, look, all teams have bad days, and the Broncos have been playing pretty good these past couple of weeks. And
Yeah.
everybody has a bad day, and I think this was just a bad day for Denver. you to then give the Jets credit. They're trying with what they got. Aaron Glenn is just a horrible coach that needs to be canned. Fields is not the answer to the future of this franchise, and he has no offensive line.
And it begs the question, guys, will Justin Fields play another season? Because I know he's young, but at the end of the day, there really isn't any other team that needs him. Really. Honestly.
No, not really.
Because at best, he's going to be a backup quarterback. And he only had one really, really good week, and that was against the Steelers in
Week
week
one,
one.
yep.
Coincidentally, the game they almost won.
The only game they've even come close to winning.
And ever since then, not even close. And also, another question to ponder: will Aaron Glenn last before the season is over? And I say no. I will be
We'll see.
shocked. I will be shocked if he is still the head coach at the end of the season.
We
Steven,
shall see.
A quick update to let you know if you're looking for NXT, you're gonna have to look for it underneath the previous episodes because NXT is not live this week.
Oh, it's not.
They take the show after the before or after Showdown.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
That makes okay.
So it's on Netflix right now.
Okay.
And it's currently playing on the CW network. So
Yeah.
but, yeah, obviously getting back to the games real quick.
But yeah, speaking of teams, or I was going to say, speaking of a team that has had an ugly start so far, how about Baltimore starting
Oof.
1-5?
Jeez. Ooh. I mean,
Oof.
and this also proves our point because all of us have said this on this show multiple times. You have to have a backup, and Cooper Rush is not the guy. And not only that, but the Baltimore Ravens are banking on Lamar Jackson to be the engine and the end all be all weapon. Because when Jackson is there, and yes, I know he's a very critical piece to that team's success. But Jesus, you cannot just have your team based on one guy.
No.
This team, luckily, has a bye week this week. But if they're going to make a somewhat of a push, it better start when Jackson comes back. No excuses, Baltimore. You lose another game or two, and you're done already.
Oh, wow.
Only
Stars
scored
Carolina.
3 points against the Rams.
Yeah. And then what about
Yeah.
what's
I
up?
will say though, it may have come out of cause because who knows how long Puka Nakua is going to be out of action.
Yeah, obviously Puka Nacua injured his ankle this past week, and his timetable for his return is unknown at this point. But let's get to the game that I said this on the show last week.
Well,
What if?
yeah.
I said this on the show last week. What if? What if the Carolina Panthers pulled out the win against Dallas? And they did. 30-27.
The Dallas Cowboys defense is complete and utter ass. You made that Carolina Panthers team look like the greatest show on turf. You made that Carolina Panthers team look like the Kansas City Chiefs when they had Tyreek Hill and Watkins and when Travis Kelce was not underneath the finger of Taylor Swift. I mean, my God. I mean, that Panthers team, they look like one of the greatest franchises. And don't get me started on this Panthers fan base. Because you had these Panther fans going, oh, we back, baby. We're back. I'm like, relax, relax, relax. Shut the
Hey,
hell
I
up.
will say though, Rico Dowdle, he was a man on a mission.
He
30
was.
carries, 183 rushing yards.
You could
That
have
is
put.
just over 6 yards a carry.
He almost had two.
239 scrimmage yards altogether.
He
He
almost had two
completely
consecutive.
shredded that Dallas defense.
He almost had two consecutive 200 games, 200 yards rushing in back-to-back games. Like that is insane. Like even though the run was so predictable, you can't stop it. Why not? Keep running the ball. I mean, I had a feeling the Panthers were going to win this game because how awful that Dallas defense is. And what's really sad for Cowboys fans is their defense is squandering a great start for Dak Prescott.
Exactly. Dallas's offense is technically right now first in the league, but the defense is dead last.
They are dead last in almost every major category. Dead last in passing yards, dead last in yards giving up on third down. They are dead last in scoring defense. They are so bad that if they miss the playoffs, their defense is going to be the reason why. And please, for the love of God, can somebody please check on Jerry Jones? Because he is constantly
Hmm.
cashing checks with his mouth that his ass can't cash because he is like, we have solid players. We have. No, you don't. Your
No, you
defense
don't.
sucks. Your offense is good. I'll give you that. Your offense is really, really solid. Jake Ferguson's had a really good season, and even though CD Lamb's been out with the ankle injury, George Pickens,
George Pickens has had
I
a
got to
great
give George
season.
Pickens the devil his due. He's already got 6 touchdowns this season, the most in his career already. But it means nothing because that defense is looking like a bunch of piss ants out there. Now they can't stop anybody. How about that? How about that
But
Cowboys defense? Not.
but one thing I do want to know is, Steven, how long were you celebrating in your room after that Panthers win over the Cowboys, since they are your favorite team after all?
Well, they're not my favorite team, but I think I was celebrating for about 30 minutes. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Did I just hear myself say
Just say 3 minutes.
3 minutes? Yes, I did.
Cannot play song due to copyright usage from WWE. But
But the next game, despite one quarterback's absence, how about a battle up in the horseshoe of Indianapolis?
Yeah, the Colts were given a run for their money by Arizona. This turned out to be a pretty good game.
great job by their backup too. Their backup was pretty impressive.
Yeah,
He was. I think it
Forsett.
was.
Forsett.
Yeah, Jacoby Brissett. Yeah, he used to be a backup in Dallas.
Yep, Jacoby had a really
backup
solid
and a
game.
backup in New England.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, Forsett was pretty solid in this game. They had their turnovers, obviously, but Jacoby got to give the devil his due. He played a pretty good game.
Yeah,
Yes.
not everybody's perfect, but he threw for 320 yards on 27 to 44, 2 touchdowns, only 1 interception, 89.2 quarterback passer rating. So he only got sacked twice through that game too, which is pretty good.
But yes, speaking of quarterbacks, though, that took a lot of hits on Sunday. How about Trevor Lawrence getting sacked 7 times by Seattle? Woof.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence did not look good this week against Jackson or against Seattle. Seattle was just absolutely swarming. He was just she's absolutely swarming Trevor Lawrence, and he had no shot. I mean, their defense was running blitzes and getting to the quarterback, open areas in the pocket. It was a bad day for him. He couldn't really do much because his offensive line was failing to protect them. But it is what it is. Seattle gets another win. They've been playing pretty decent this year, so give them credit where credit's due. And then we move on to the Chargers, barely squeaking by the Dolphins this week, 29-27.
And they blew a 13 fourth quarter point lead and almost lost the game. And then Miami's, again, god awful defense on special teams and regular defense giving Justin Herbert a few more seconds to get that pass off to McConkey, and McConkey got just streaked down the field and got to the Dolphin 22, and that was pretty much it. I mean, couple of handoffs later, and the Chargers survived and they won. I mean, the Chargers right now are playing pretty solid ball. I mean, Justin Herbert is having, in my opinion, his best season so far as a pro. He's putting up good numbers. And this Charger team with Jim Harbaugh, who is a legitimate head coach, is having a great start with this team again. So I look for this Chargers team to get better as the season goes on.
Yeah. And let's get to the next game, which is obviously Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Pittsburgh just trouncing Cleveland 23-9.
Aaron Rodgers had a couple of TDs in this game, including a bomb to DK Metcalf.
Starting to look like the old school Aaron Rodgers in some ways.
And that's the scariest part, is they're a very quiet 4-1 ball team.
Yeah, it was a great performance by Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and then of course New England beating the Saints 25-19. And the Saints come marching in to get beat.
Yep. And I tell you, a team that's very impressed me so
shit.
far. What's up?
On screen right now, we got Leon Slater, Javon Evans, and the Hardys.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, back to the game.
I tell you a team that's really impressed me, and that's the Buccaneers. I mean, Baker Mayfield, that dude is a warrior on that gridiron. Like, there was a couple of times during that Niners game, and that was a pretty good game too by both teams. Tampa Bay ended up squeaking by, but there was a couple of plays during that game when he could have gotten sacked on the same play, and he fought out of the tackle, out of the sack, and he scrambled and got the first down. I'm like, this dude has the guts, to not give up and to keep driving, forward and pressing forward, and just, man, what a great player Baker Mayfield is. And despite all the injuries they've had, they're 5-1, just like the Colts are 5-1. And just Tampa is a team that is playing really overall good football.
Yeah, I mean, it was a truly dominating performance over San Francisco. For sure. But now, of course, the game that led to Coach Brian Callahan's firing from Tennessee. Whew.
The Raiders winning 20-10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a good start. I mean, Cam Ward, I know he's a rookie, but man, this is bad. This is bad. I mean, the interceptions, the fumbles that this guy has had. I mean, I know it's one season so far. It's his rookie year, but man, this is already a recipe for disaster for the Titans.
This Tennessee team is just trash. I mean, they have so many problems right now. I mean, the head coaching is not just one of the problems. They got other areas that they need to fix. Obviously, it's going to be hard to fix it middle of the season. They're going to have to do some really rough restructuring in the offseason to really get this team back to some sort of promise, especially with the new stadium coming in Nashville in 2027.
And they're wasting Tony Pollard's talents.
Yeah, Tony Pollard's so great because he doesn't need to be there, wasting what could be, the rest of his time there. He needs to either they need to get it together or Tony needs to find another team. But then, like you said, you mentioned about Tampa Bay beating the Niners 30-19. Of course, Mac Jones giving it his best effort despite dealing with an injury of his own. Unfortunately, with all like we said, with the injury issues with San Fran right now, it's a mess. But like you said, Baker Mayfield's a warrior going out there, running all over the place, taking hits. Man's a beast. He's doing a great job. Also, Green Bay, of course, taking it to Cincinnati 27-18.
Joe Flacco's first start with the team, and clearly the chemistry was already off, no questions asked, because you don't have that much time in less than a week to get chemistry with your receivers.
Absolutely. It's only been a couple of days. You can't have that type of chemistry in that within a few days. It takes a lot of practice. It's gonna take a lot
Exactly.
it's gonna take a lot of practice and a couple of games to really get get that fluidity with your receivers and your running backs.
Exactly. And if anybody was expecting Flacco to have chemistry with these great receivers, you're out of your mind from the get-go.
Absolutely. And then we got a Sunday night football game between the Chiefs and the Detroit Lions, which Chiefs won 30-17.
Once the Lions
Chiefs
went
with
with
their third win in the last 4 games after starting 0-2.
yep, and they're back to
And now
500.
Rasheed Rice is coming back from his suspension, playing in his first game on Sunday. So
Yep,
Yep. And Xavier Worthy seems like he's 100%.
yep. And the Lions, they're known for to go for it. When they blew that chance to score, that was it. That was their last shot at having a shot in this game. I mean, Detroit, I get it, they're gonna have a bad week every so often, but man, like this was a bad day at the office on their defense.
real quick before we move on, as expected, it's going to be Ricky Saints and Trick Williams for the NXT Championship at Halloween Havoc.
Yep. And right now, the complete Matt Cardona is back at NXT for the first time in a decade, taking on Josh Briggs.
Nice.
And I loved hearing Always Ready, and they called him the complete Matt Cardona. Love it. And also
Now we have,
let's talk about the
yeah,
issue. Oh, what?
I was like, go ahead, Ezra.
I was gonna say let's talk about the issue that took place after the game. Can't As we know, quarterback Patrick Mahomes was extending out handshakes and hugs to a lot of players on the Lions organization. One of them being Brian Branch. Well, Brian Branch was not in a good mood and basically no-sold him. Other words, ghosted him. Well, Juju Smith-Schuster did not take kindly to that, so he got in his face, and when he did, Schuster threw a hard slap/punch to the helmet and sent him backwards, and then all hell broke loose. Because of what happened after the game, Brian Branch has been suspended for 1 game. He currently filed an appeal with the NFL Players Association. No word yet on it if and when that suspension will be upheld or it'll be taken away. Just a quick comment. I understand you get frustrated, but you have to be professional.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Oh, and by the way, Steven, when you put on NXT later, just to let you know, the episode they're playing does not have the in-between commercial stuff.
Oh, it does not.
No, it's played exactly like it would be playing on the CW right now.
Okay.
Just without commercials.
Okay.
So it would be like it went to commercial, had commercials, and then went back to the action. Because Matt did a dive to the outside, and then it went back to Josh Briggs having him in a headlock in the middle of the ring.
Okay.
So just a fair warning.
Okay.
But also, let's get to the 2 Monday night games real quick before we do our picks, and that is, of course, Atlanta taking it to Buffalo 24-14.
2 consecutive weeks in a row where Josh Allen and the Bills have fumbled, literally and figuratively, opportunities to win. And who would have thought that the New England Patriots, after 6 weeks, would have the tiebreaker on the Buffalo Bills? And they are technically the leaders in the AFC East. Nobody had that, not including us. We didn't have not had that at all. And the Bills, I would not be panicking right now because there are teams that are in far worse shape than they are. But man, that's a bad loss by Buffalo against Atlanta.
20 of 32 for Michael Penix Jr. with 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, 2 sacks, quarterback rating of 97.1. Josh Allen, 15 of 26, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 4 sacks, quarterback rating of 72.6.
Good.
Not good numbers at all. And the only thing they had going really was their I mean, obviously they had Palmer go 2 catches for 60 yards. He had even dispersion, but what killed the team was 2 fumbles, both by Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, it's gonna be if Josh and him don't get it together, it's gonna be a rough week. But Joe, you have any thoughts on that game?
Not really. I mean, just the fact that Josh Allen just cannot get the ball rolling as of late over the past couple weeks. Losing to the Patriots and now losing to the Falcons. The AFC East is starting to look wide open too.
Yep.
Well, between the Patriots and Bills, of course. Because nobody else is even remotely close to winning that division.
Yep. It's going to be a dogfight between the Patriots and the Bills in this division.
Yes. And then of course, the game that me and Joey had, basically, the Bears and the Commanders. Bears able to sneak it out on the last second field goal from who? Jake fucking Moody. 25 to
For
20.
real.
And
4 of 5 on field goals last night for Jake Moody.
this game was crazy. I mean, the weather played a factor. And when you factor in the rain, the wind, you don't know what's going to happen with these games. I mean, and it just goes to show you that your win, probability is going to go from 95, 97%, and then boom, just like that, it goes away with one bad snap. I mean, this game was entertaining as all hell, very competitive. The Bears were up 13 to nothing. Commanders came back, made a great game out of it. Back and forth they both went. And how about that touchdown by DeAndre Swift? 55 yards. That was a great TD for Chicago.
Beautiful.
Unbelievable. And normally when we see failed 2-point conversions, normally that means that the chances of them winning is kind of slim. Because if the team that has the ball has, proper clock management and holds on to the ball, your chances of winning is slim to none. But when that fumble happened on that exchange, that right there opened the door for Chicago to win, and they did. And I think Ben Johnson has figured out a lot of things with this Bears team. I think he's unlocked a lot of things with that offense. I mean, Caleb Williams had a very good game last night.
Yeah, he did. He had a very strong game last night. One of the better games I've seen from him. Just an overall great. Our offense was clicking in various intervals very well. Like you said, DJ Moore getting some touches. A touchdown that, a lot of people say it could have happened, should have happened, didn't happen. When he got called when a penalty was called. There was a lot of other things that went down. But man, just what a great game. And the defense showed up, paid dividends, especially in that fourth quarter, getting a fumble and securing good field position for the Bears to start working to be able to get down the field. And credit to Fields, credit to the running backs who were able to get inside and able to run that ball to give Jake Moody a chance to win. And credit to him for shutting out all the naysayers, shutting out all the haters, shutting out all the people who said this guy is trash, he's no good. And, a lot of people thought that and believed it. And, by his record, that was the case. But.
And not only that, but to also add to that too, as concentrating on kicking in that fourth quarter, a 38-yard kick. Yeah, it seems like it's an easy kick to make. But when you factor in the wind, the rain, the unpredictability of the snap, is it going to be good? Can you keep it in? Can you keep the snap proper and firm? He did that. the special teams did that, and they pulled it off. Hats off to the guy.
Yeah, I give in Commanders gave us a hell of a time, man. I'll say that much, man. It's Jada Daniels is as far is the future of that Commanders franchise. He's got such great weapons with him, and he's got everything he needed for that team. So it was a great battle. All the best to both teams. It was awesome. Let's get to let's go ahead and get to the predictions, shall we?
Yes.
And before we do, let you know that this prediction battle is sponsored by the brand new show, or no, it's sponsored by the new season of Unsolved Mysteries. The very first episode. Two men that look the same. Are they one and the same, or are they different people? Front row, Jimmy Corderas. The mystery will be solved this Wednesday.
And you and your 8 front rows are happy with that.
Oh yeah, they are. You can't tell they're smiling, but they are.
That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing.
I'm not putting up the DDP face. But Joey, let's get those stats, brother.
All right. Well, last week it was a pretty interesting week. Steven won our pick'em segment last week, finishing with a record of 9-6.
Oof.
In a tie for second, one game behind with 8-7 records, are the one and only Hijacker and Ezra.
Woohoo.
In fourth place was myself, finishing with a record of 7-8, and Kevin rounded up the field, going 6-9.
All right.
And none of these records the Jets will ever have.
No.
No, they do not. And also it just proves that we suck at doing this, but we're doing it for the fun of it. Anyways, let's get to these predictions. And we start off with a Thursday battle in the jungle. When the Pittsburgh Steelers head to good old Cincinnati to take on the Bengals.
And again, Ezra's going to be reading Hijacker scores, and I'm going to be reading Kevin's scores.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So I'm going to go and start things off with Kevin's score. I will say before I do start off with Kevin's list, he does not have any crazy team names this week, but some of his picks are kind of confusing. But of course, we'll get to them whenever we get there. But he's got the Steelers beating the Bengals 23-19.
Give me Pittsburgh in this one as well. Give me Pittsburgh 24-17.
Oh, give me Pittsburgh. Give me Pittsburgh in this one, 27-16.
27-20 Steelers.
Okay, and I got Hijacker here. He's got Pittsburgh winning 17-10.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, next game is one of the final, if it is the final game on the London track here. And this is going to be another early morning game, 8:30 a.m. Central, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Rams are taking on the Jags.
Ooh, this could be interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kevin has the Jaguars over the Rams in this one, 31-21.
Hijacker has this game. He has got Jacksonville 24-23.
Hmm.
Man, I don't know. This game might be tough. I mean, to me, it all depends on which Jacksonville team is going to show up. The team that we saw on Monday Night Football against Kansas City, or the team that we saw this past Sunday against Seattle.
It also depends on how the Rams adjust now with Puka Nacua out for an undetermined amount of time.
And with that being said, give me Jacksonville to squeak this one out 30-24.
I don't like this pick. I don't. But give me the Jags. Give me the Jags in this one. You know what? I'm going to go 21-20.
Well, I don't like it, but I got to go with my gut. And with that being said, I'm going against the grain. I'm
Okay.
picking the Rams.
Okay.
I'm picking the Rams. I feel like, yeah, if they don't have Puka Nakua this week, it is going to be a little bit of a sting, but the Rams, with that defense, were still able to put up a monstrous game against Baltimore this past Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually going to go with the Rams in this one. I'm going to go 23-21 Rams on a game-winning field goal.
Okay.
Okay. All right, next game. We head to the Windy City. The Saints come marching in to Soldier Field to take on the Bears.
Give me the Bears in a massive blowout in this one. Or I want to say massive blowout. But give me the Bears in this one. I'm going to go 31-14.
Same score, Chicago.
27-10 Chicago. You know I'm
And
not my Bears in this one.
let's see. Kevin, ooh, he's got a close one here. He's got the Bears over the Saints 25-23.
Wow.
I don't see that. I don't. Hijacker has the Bears 21-9.
Oh God, do we have to pick this next one?
Oh boy.
Yes, by rule we have to pick all games.
Ah,
So this one coming up is as garbage as it is. Miami taking on Cleveland in Cleveland.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
You know what? This is tough because both teams are complete and utter trash. They are both of these teams are lower than AEW's weekly ratings.
oof. Oof.
But God damn it. You know what? Give me Miami. Give me Miami. Give me Miami 17-16. I'm not giving them no more than that. Fuck that.
Well, this. Oh, Kevin's got a score right here. Oh God,
What's the score? Bring it on. Come on.
he's got the Browns over the Dolphins 10-5.
What the hell?
Hey, don't worry. Hijackers got the Miami over Cleveland 12-9.
Give me Miami in this one. Give me Miami 20-16.
Give me the Dolphins and as well. I'm gonna go 17-13.
Okay. I love this pick segment. This is so much fun.
I know.
It is.
Next game on the docket is the Raiders beating Kansas City at their home turf.
Now, this one I have a question about because
Okay.
Kevin has the Raiders over the Chiefs 20-16.
Has he lost his mind?
He hates the Chiefs that much. He's just picking anybody.
I mean,
Wow.
okay. Look, I know Kansas City is not the same Chiefs team, from 3, 4, 5 years ago, but come on. This is Geno Smith we're talking about. This
This is
guy
Mr. Interceptions.
and I think Jameis Winston would like a word with him, please.
Give me Kansas City in this one 28-7.
Yeah, give me Kansas City to roll over the Raiders. I don't give a damn if there's anybody besides Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Hell, Taylor Swift could suit up, for all I care. Give me the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs 30-10.
Chiefs is like a
Give
death.
me the Chiefs 31-13.
Chiefs is the death of 1,000 cuts.
Raiders over the Chiefs. Hell out of here with that.
31-10. 31-10. Hijacker has Kansas City over the Raiders.
Cannot believe Kevin's picking the Raiders in this one. Wow.
What is he on?
I mean, cocaine's a hell of a drug, but damn.
Is he sharing Tony Khan's stash? All right. Everybody make theirs or Joe?
Yep.
Okay. All right. This one should be interesting. The Eagles going up against the Vikings in Minnesota.
Woo!
And Minnesota's coming off a bye too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm gonna get things started off with Kevin's score. He has the Vikings over the Eagles in this one, 23-21.
I don't know about that. Even though the Eagles have had problems, especially getting Saquon Barkley going, Jalen Hurts still has a hell of an arm. And when he gets his receivers going, like AJ Brown and those guys, Devontae Smith, he's got himself a series of weapons behind him that would make even Arnold Schwarzenegger jealous in Terminator. So I got to take Philly in this one only because Minnesota has been, even with Carson Wentz, who's shown a lot of promise and has really done a good job with this team. I feel like there's still the thing that is biting Minnesota, and that's the injuries. So give me Philly in this one in a close game. 23-21.
Give me Philly in this one as well, even though they've struggled. But this Vikings team is inconsistent too. Give me Philadelphia in a close one, 28-24.
Man, this one is tough.
Hijacker has Philly over Minnesota 28-17.
You know what? I'm going to go with the Eagles too. I'm going to go 24-20.
Okay.
Oh boy, this next one.
Yeah, let me see. Oh, this is either going to be the worst game in the history of mankind, or this is going to be the biggest blowout in this team's history. It is the Panthers taking on the Jets in New York.
Holy shit!
You know what? Give me the Panthers in this one. Give me the Panthers in this one. 31-6.
Oh God! Whoa!
And I'm not kidding. I'm not moving away from this pick.
I cannot believe I'm doing this. But something's got to give.
I can't believe I've done this.
You know what? Give me the Panthers to beat the Jets. I mean, if you pick the Jets, you really have bumped your head. Give me the Panthers to beat the Jets. And no, Panthers fans, they're not back. Relax. If they win, they're going to beat a shitty, supposable professional football team. So get off that high horse and be a normal, functioning football fan of society. Please and thank you. With that being said, give me the Panthers to beat the Jets 30-6.
I'm gonna go with the Panthers as well.
Hell has frozen the fuck over. Are you serious?
I'm gonna go just a little bit lenient. I'm gonna go Panthers over the Jets 27-10.
Oh, you are so kind.
But speaking of being kind, Kevin has apparently bumped his head because he's picking the Jets.
What the fuck?
He's picking the Jets over the Panthers 20-17.
Okay. Kevin is going to have either one of the best records known to mankind on this show, or he is going to have a really, really bad time with these games because, oh, dear God. It's one thing to go against the grain with two really good teams, but when you're picking the 0-6 Jets, by the way, a team who has not had a single solitary turnover at all against any of their opponents in the first 6 games. NFL history, yeah, the Jets. The Jets.
Yeah, by the way, hijacker is Carolina over the Jets 17-14.
Wow, Hijack is being way too lenient.
Yeah, I'm not. All right, everybody picked?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, moving on to the next game. It's the New England Patriots taking on the Titans in Nashville.
Give me the Patriots. They got the better quarterback, the better overall team. Give me the Patriots 28 to 7.
Similar score, Steven, 27-10. That's what I have.
Patriots outright 30-10.
Okay. Hijacker has the has the Patriots 26-16.
Hmm.
And Kevin has the Patriots over the Titans 30-12. All right, up next, I believe it is the first of our 4 o'clock games, if I'm not mistaken.
You're right on the money. It is the New York Football Giants going to Mile High to take on the Broncos.
Ooh.
That's going to be a good one. I'm still
Yeah,
going
I'm
to.
going to get things started off with Kevin's score. He has the Giants over the Broncos in this one, 32-28.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Hmm.
Give me the Broncos in a close one. Give me Denver 31 to 27.
Similar score, but I'm going to go 31-24 Broncos.
Okay.
And Kevin has.
You mean
Or, hi,
hijacker?
or Hijacker, I'm sorry. Hijacker has. See if I can find his stuff here. He's got Denver 20-16.
Okay.
Ezra, who are you picking?
Um, Give me the Giants in this one. I'm gonna go with the Giants.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, okay.
I know Mile High. I know the elements. I know the elevation. But I think the Giants could be a team that could pull it off.
Hmm.
Think Jackson Dart and the team are red hot right now, and I think that streak will continue. But it's going to be a close game, though. It's not going to be no blowout, no nothing. So give me that score as I'm going to go 20. I'm going to go 24 to 20, 21.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Next game on the docket is the Colts going to LA to take on the Chargers.
Ooh, this is going to be a tough one.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. I'm going to start off with Kevin's score. He has the Colts over the Chargers, 34-31. But I'm going to go against Kevin on this one. I feel like that since the Chargers are at home, I feel like it's going to be more beneficial for the Chargers to win this one. Um, I'm going to go a close game though. I'm going to go the Chargers over the Colts. I'm going to go 26-21.
Hmm.
Hmm. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the Chargers in this one. Close one. I'm gonna go this one 28-26.
Yeah, I think with the Chargers being at home, this is going to be a tough task for the Colts. Um, Colts have had a great start to their season, but I think that this is a tough one, and they've overcome a lot of adversity so far this season. But I think the Chargers being at home, I think it's going to be a little too much, but I still think it's going to be a close game. Give me the Chargers in this one as well on a game-winning field goal, 30-27.
Okay, Hijacker has let's see here. He has the Chargers beating Indy 35-27.
Okay.
Respectable. Okay.
Oh, battle in the desert.
Oh yeah. Green Bay Packers taking on the Arizona Cards.
Kevin has the Cardinals in this one,
What
30 to
the?
21.
Wow. Oh, dear God.
I got Green Bay this one. 31-17.
Give me Green Bay in this one, 34-14.
Give me the Packers in this one. I'm gonna go 28-17.
Hijacker has Green Bay 21-12. 21-12!
Hey!
We finally got a rush reference.
Yes.
There we go. But yeah, so that's everybody gave you scores on that one.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Final game of the afternoon. Your Washington Commanders, which should be an ass kicker, against the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm telling you right now, if we lose this game, I'm never gonna hear the end of it. Give me my Commanders in this one. I can guarantee we're gonna be stinging after that loss to Chicago last night. And I got a feeling that we're gonna come out ready to freaking ball. So give me my Commanders in this one. I'm gonna go Commanders 31 over Dallas 17.
Give
Okay.
me the Commanders in a game-winning field goal, 31-28.
Yeah, give me the Commanders in this one. I'm gonna go 30-24 on a game-winning touchdown from Jada Daniels.
All right, Kevin has the Commanders over the Cowboys in a high score, 42 to 37.
Ah.
That's actually the one score this week that could make sense.
Yeah.
Because other score sounds like he's on fucking crack. It sounds like Tony Khan's been sending some of his stash to him.
Oof.
But yeah. Hijacker, our boy here, has the I'm looking right now because this dude scores are every fucking where. He has Washington over Dallas 24-17.
Okay.
Okay. And now Sunday Night Football. The Atlanta Falcons take on the Niners in Santa Clara.
Oh, this one is going to be tough, man.
That's a tough one.
You know what? Most people would pick Atlanta because of Michael Penix, Bijan Robinson, that high-powered offense that he has. And, as we know, Mac Jones is trying to play through what a possible leg injury. We saw that he was wearing a brace recently underneath his gear. It is tough. Steven, you got anything?
Oh man. This is such a
You know what? Let's just read our friend scores. Okay, so Hijacker has Atlanta winning 28-24.
wow.
And Kevin has the Falcons winning 26-23.
Give me San Francisco. Give me San Francisco in a close one. Give me the Niners 21-17.
You know what? This might cost me a game this week, but I'm picking the Niners. Give me the Niners in this one. 20. Damn, this is going to be tough. Give me the Niners in this one. 26 to 24.
Hmm. Well, I guess that's going to leave me to break the tie.
Yep.
And I'm going to break the tie in favor of Kevin and Hijacker. I'm going Falcons.
All right.
I'm going Falcons. I'm going to go 24-20 Falcons.
Okay.
Monday Night Football, starting off with a banger.
We're doing two games again this week?
Yeah, the first of two Monday night games. Starting off with a banger in the Motor City.
Yep. First Monday game. It is, Tampa Bay versus Detroit.
Doom!
And you know what? Tough one to call, but give me Detroit in a bounce back game from the loss. It's going to be a hard fought matchup. 31-30.
Okay.
I actually like Kevin's score here. He has the Lions over the Bucks 29-25.
I like that score.
Hijacker has it 31-19.
Ooh, who's he got?
Detroit.
He's not even giving Tampa a shot. Wow.
Nope.
Mm. Mm. Man, this is tough. Give me give me Detroit in overtime. 34-30.
Hmm. I'm getting a crazy scenario in my head. I think that this game is going to be tied with seconds to go in the fourth quarter, 26-26. I think Tampa Bay is going to line up for a field goal, but it is going to get blocked and returned for a game-winning touchdown, 32-26 over the Lions over the Bucks.
Huh. Interesting.
Wow.
Huh.
Everybody give their scores on that one?
Yep.
All right, final game of the pick segment. Houston heading to Washington to take on the Seahawks.
Give me Seattle absolutely outright to destroy the Texans. 35-14.
Ooh,
Hmm.
gosh.
You know what? I'm gonna go I'm gonna go Seattle, but I'm gonna go 34-21.
Okay.
And Hijacker has Seattle over Houston 23-18.
Huh.
All right, I'm going to ride with the Seahawks as well. I'm going to ride with the Seahawks. I'm going to go 27-20. And to wrap up week 7, Kevin is picking the Texans over the Seahawks. 31-19.
That is going to be the person we're going to keep an eye out on with his predictions for this week is Kevin. Because
Yeah,
this is
because I mean the Raiders, the Jets, the Cardinals, and the Texans all going against the grain in those 4 games.
and he's also picking Atlanta. So he's got 5 games.
Oh, and he's also picking the Browns over the Dolphins.
And the Browns. That's 6 games. 6
Whew.
games that are going to be either great records, tie records, or not a great record. And this is what we love about this pick segment. Is sometimes, like Garth Brooks once said, sometimes you got to go against the grain.
Yep.
Absolutely, man. And that wraps up week 7's pick segment. We will review it next week once the games are complete. And week 8, we will predict. So keep an eye on the social medias as we get ready for this upcoming week. And I believe that wraps up the show for this week, unless you guys have any other things you want to talk about real quick before we bounce out of here for today.
I think I'm good for the night.
I would say it looks like real quick, Fatal Influence is back at full strength because it looks like they've added Laney Reed into their faction.
Yeah. Also, it was announced
Interesting.
for the WWE Men's Speed Tournament for the Speed Championship that we're gonna see we're gonna see Axiom. I forget who he's facing. Oh, he's facing WWE ID and Evolve standout Sean Legacy in this new speed number 1 contenders tournament. And the other matchup will be TNA's Zachary Wentz to take on Jasper Troy, the season 1 winner of LFG.
Real quick, I do want to bring this up. What a moment between the Dudleys and the Hardys on Sunday.
Oh yes.
Beautiful, beautiful moment between those guys. I'm glad that we got to see it. I'm glad it ended the way it did. Devon gave it his all despite his health problems. Of course, Matt, as we know, was a little bit slower than usual, but he does his best every night. And Jeff is still an absolute fucking madman.
Yes, he is. And both Devon and Bully Ray have decided to hang up the boots. They are retiring. Well,
they're retiring as the Dudley boys are retiring.
Yeah, the Dudleys as a team are retiring. Bully, as we know, will do Bully will do the occasional stuff.
He'll do the occasional indie appearances for ISPW and Creative Pro and things like that out in usually New York City, and of course House of Glory as well.
Yeah.
So, it's the way it is, unfortunately. And thank you, Dudleys. Thank you, Hardys. Also, too, real quick before we run out of time, Crown Jewel, great event. Headline to me should be headline. Cena, AJ Styles gave us a love letter to pro wrestling. Amazing tributes to some of the people that paved the way. AJ paying tribute to some of his TNA comrades, including Sting, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian.
Not to mention Cena with paying tributes to Chris Jericho, The Undertaker, Bray Wyatt,
Randy Orton.
Probably the most emotional moment of that match. Cena grabbing AJ out of the air and bending him over backwards for the Sister Abigail.
If you were not
that was great. And with the fireflies in the background too.
If you were not feeling that, then you don't have a soul.
They shared the clip today of Cena's full reaction after the 2 count of him looking around and seeing the fireflies as they come up. And you can see Cena go from match serious to smiling but emotional.
I will say, congratulations to John Cena for becoming only the second wrestler in WWE history to have 100 victories at premium live events, trailing only The Undertaker's 107.
Yep.
Absolutely. And another big congratulations. Congratulations to Mike Santana on finally.
Yes, Mike Santana for beating Trick Williams, becoming the TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Yes, and doing the one thing that he promised since he got healthy and sober. Hold on. Oh, OTM has returned to NXT, the group that Jada Parker was originally a part of.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
The 2 big men have returned. But
yeah, but that was also the group that Reggie was in before he got released.
Yep. Good old Sidney Akeem. Yep. But yeah, definitely. And the one thing he got to do was hand the title over to his daughter, and that was the one thing he got to do. So congratulations to the entire family of Mike Santana, and especially to Mike himself. 20+ years of hard work paid off, and now here he is finally as the face leader and finally the true standard of TNA. Congratulations to Mike. And that's how we're going to close it out now. So, final thoughts, real quick, gents. Let's go. Joey, you're up.
Once again, great show with you guys. We had a lot of content to cover, and we are right here at the 2 hour time frame. So this could not have ended on a much better note. It was great being on here tonight, talking with you guys about sports and wrestling and everything else. And this has truly been one of the best shows, in my opinion, so far because of the fact that we have just been going on and on and on and covering every single topic that we did here in this 2 hour time frame. And this has been a really great show. And I'm looking forward to shows next week. But until then, enjoy the sports, enjoy the football. If you're a baseball fan, enjoy the baseball postseason. If you're a hockey fan, enjoy the hockey games. And if you're an NBA fan, get ready, folks, because the start of the NBA season is literally right around the corner. As a matter of fact, I believe it is next week, if I'm not mistaken.
You would be correct.
So, yeah, this is definitely, and keep in mind, we are getting close to the quintuplet of sports being on October 22nd, because that is the only day of the year in which baseball, football, hockey, and basketball will all have regular season games being played. If I'm not mistaken. It's one of those days next week.
I think it's
But yeah,
I think it's the 23rd.
it might be the 23rd since that's Thursday. So yeah, it probably is going to be on the 23rd. But yeah, great show with you guys. Looking forward to being back next week. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Steven, you know the drill, brother.
Yes, I do. Great job by you guys. Thanks to everybody joining in here live and those that tune in on demand. Thank you very much as well. Had a great time with you guys here tonight, recapping a little bit of everything, a little bit of basketball, a little bit of baseball, a little bit of football, and of course, a little bit of pro wrestling. RASSLIN, that's wrestling. And great job by you guys here tonight. And looking forward to being back on with you guys next week as we recap week 7 in the NFL and give our score predictions for week 8. It is so hard to believe we are almost at the halfway mark already. Enjoy it. Enjoy the season while you can, folks. It's going to fly by really quick. You can follow us on Twitter or X at Owen_Sports Show, Facebook.com/Nation Sports Show, and where we are live on most Tuesday nights at YouTube.com/Nation Sports Show, 7 o'clock on the East, 6 o'clock Central, and 4 o'clock on the West. You can also follow the Nation's Corner on Twitter at Nation's Corner, Facebook, Instagram, and where they are live on most Saturday nights, YouTube, the Instagram, and the Facebook are all at the Nation's Corner. Join the guys and the gal as they recap all things professional wrestling. And speaking of pro wrestling, AEW Wrestle Dream is coming up this Saturday from, I believe, St. Louis, Missouri.
Yes.
So there's some good matches on that card, and also GCW had some good shows over the weekend. Just a lot of great stuff going on. WWE keeps on rolling. We're heading into Survivor Series. Hard to believe that's coming up. Just lots going on. Can't wait to be back on with you guys next week and recapping all this crazy stuff in the world of sports. And with that being said, Ezra, wrap us up, my friend.
Will do, man. Thank you so much to everybody for joining us this week. We deeply appreciate it. As always, like, subscribe, and share. If you're watching this on demand or live, we appreciate your comments, your concerns, everything. We love you guys, and thank you guys for joining us again for another great week of sports talk with a little wrestling thrown in between. Also want a real quick plug, Too Sweet Cosplay at Too Sweet Cosplay across all socials. We are busy working on getting our group together, at least as just fans, or as, well, we're always fans, but as just hanging out for the Days of the Dead Con. We'll see how it goes. Obviously a lot of stuff going on in the winter months for just hanging out, doing things, but we'll keep you guys updated on any plans for C2E2, Anime Central, and of course, next year in August, another Fan Expo. We'll keep you guys updated on that, but for now, we're out of here. So for Kevin Rory, for Stephen Wyand, For Joey Thornton, for Andy Gyron, and everybody in the Sports Nation, I am Ezra Vickery, and we will see you right here next week with another edition of our Nation's Sports Show. Take care, everybody. You have a great night. Enjoy whatever's on TV. I will be enjoying NXT. So we will see you all next time. Same time, same YouTube channel. Peace out and have a great week.
Turn me up. Turn me up. Turn me up. Turn me up.
Thanks for watching this week's featured presentation of our Nation Sports Show.